What's going on, guys? We're back with another full workout video. Today we're going to be hitting back. Today is Tuesday, the day that I train back. So today we're going to be hitting back and doing some cardio. It's one of the only days where I'm training just one body part. So as usual, we're going to make a pre-workout meal together. I'll tell you the macros for that. Head to the gym, hit a full workout, and then hit a post-workout meal. Let's make some food. So there you have it. There's our pre-workout meal. We've got a sandwich here with turkey and some jam and some low-calorie gluten-free bread from Trader Joe's. And then we have one full banana. And as always, we got our shake here. 1/2 scoop of whey, 1/2 scoop of casein. Okay, we're gonna eat this meal about an hour to an hour and a half before our workout. So I'm gonna do that now, and I'll see you again when I'm taking my pre-workout. So here we are, we're taking our pre-workout. Full disclosure, I am sponsored by Alpha Lion. But this is one of my favorite pre-workouts on the market. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I kind of was creating my own concoction by combining just straight citrulline and caffeine on their own for my pre-workout. And I'm just, that was an attempt to try to get the amounts that I wanted, but also avoid arginine, which is the ingredient that gives you the shits. So you know what I'm talking about if you've taken pre-workout and you've got to rush to the toilet before your first working set. So, so yeah, I was kind of avoiding that, but they have one of the best pre-workouts on the market as far as the amounts of caffeine and citrulline in the pre-workout, and there's no arginine, so I don't have to deal with any of that, which is amazing. So one of my favorite pre-workouts, and like I said, full disclosure, I am sponsored by them, but if you use code PERK, P-E-R-K, you get 10% off on your purchase. So we're gonna take this now. We wanna have this consumed 30 minutes before our first working set. So not when we get to the gym and we're taking it in the parking lot, not from when we start drinking it and we sip it for 10 minutes. No, 30 minutes from when we finish our pre-workout. We wanna be doing our first working set. So amazing, we'll see you at the gym.
All right, here we are at the gym. I didn't get a chance to film my warm-up, but I did 5 minutes on a stationary bike just to get the blood flowing. That's gonna help reduce any injury stuff. The next thing we wanna do is get blood moving in the area that we're working out. So we're gonna focus on our lats first. So I'm heading over to this old school Dorian Yates machine, which is freaking insane. If you don't have this at your gym, I'm sorry, I feel bad for you. But if you don't have this at your gym, just you can do straight pullovers with a rope or just a straight arm pullover on the cable machine. As you can see, I'm really focusing on letting my arms come all the way behind my head, getting a good stretch on those lats before pulling the weight back down. One thing you want to do here with these is keep your elbows in place along with your wrists. You don't want to see them move at all. So you're really focusing on bringing the weight down with your lats, pulling with your lats here. Like I said, we're focusing on getting blood into our lats. So we're going to do 2 warm-up sets here. At around 20 reps just to get the blood flowing. Okay, from here we're going to go over to a low row machine. You either want your hands in a neutral grip, so straight up and down for this movement, or as you can see at the bottom of that handle, it kind of jets out at a 45. So I'm doing like a slightly pronated grip for these, but this is where I feel the most activation in my lats, using this sort of semi-pronated grip. Now you're gonna see a ton of chest-supported rowing in my back workouts if you've seen me do any of them before. I love these machines. Having them chest supported really allows me to overload the weight and get a good stretch on my back and the area that my back I'm focusing on. This machine is great. It kind of mimics a dumbbell, single dumbbell bent over row. Now I'm all about compound movements. I have a ton of them programmed for myself and for my clients, but just recently I've been doing a ton of machines just for a personal preference, trying to mix it up. And I think you can go a little bit heavier here without the risk of injury if you're on a machine versus movements with free weights or something like that. Machine's just going to be more stable. And again, you're far less likely to get yourself injured on a machine than if you're just doing free weights. And we got to think about longevity here, because, you know, an injury is going to set you back weeks, if not months. Going to go really heavy on these. I'm going to do probably 4 sets at around 8 to 10 reps. Okay, so we hit our lats with the last movement. This one we're going to try to focus on our upper and middle back, sort of our rhomboids and upper back. I told you we'd be back at another chest supported machine, and here we are at a high row chest supported machine. I've kind of made this a high row by lowering the seat quite a bit. I mean, you could do a ton of different things on this specific machine. You could hit just about every area of your back, but by lowering the seat and keeping my hands in an overhand grip on the bar there, and you'll see my elbows are flared out pretty wide, and I'm pulling high with my elbows up and out, as opposed to, you know, when we were pulling with the other machine for our lats, we're going to keep our elbows tight in at our side. I'm going to have more of a neutral grip for those. I'm going to do one warm-up set here just because it's our first movement hitting, you know, our upper and middle back. So I'm going to do one little bit lighter set, just 8 to 10 reps, easy reps. For loading some more weight on for our working sets here, I'm going to do 4 heavy sets of these at around 8 reps. Moving on, and we're again at another chest supported machine. Surprise, surprise. We're going to do a machine seated row here. And again, you'll notice my hands are in a neutral grip position, straight up and down. That's going to help target the lats as we pull. You'll see I've adjusted the seat to be a little bit higher, further down. That's going to allow me to more efficiently and effectively target my lats as I'm pulling. And we've said it before, but again, keeping those elbows in close at your side, that's going to help with that lat activation. 3 to 4 sets of these, depending on how I'm feeling. Going to go heavy again with these, probably an RPE of 8 or 9 for 4 working sets at 8 to 10 reps. You've probably noticed at this point that I've been doing all of the movements with lifting grips. Now, I think every single person should use lifting grips during their back day. Pretty much every movement would require this. What's going to happen is if you're not using them, you're going to be limited by your grip strength, meaning you're only going to be able to do the amount of reps that you can do until your grip strength gives out. Your back lifts are going to be much more efficient because you're not limited, again, by that grip strength. Okay, here I'm hitting one of my favorite movements for back. It's called the seal row. We're going to set up lying down on this sort of elevated bench. Again, using the lifting grips to wrap it around the bar, get a good grip on the bar, take my grip strength out of the equation completely, like we said. We're targeting our upper and middle back again with this movement, so we're going to keep our elbows flared and pull out high and wide. This is going to blow up your rhomboids, so you're probably going to have to go light here the first few times if you've never done this movement before. Go light, get the form down, make sure that you're feeling that mind-muscle connection with your upper back. And as always on these back movements, we want to round our shoulders as we let the weight come down on the negative to get a good stretch on our back, get a good stretch on that area before pulling. Okay, we're going to hit some lat pull downs next. Now, there's a lot of people out there that think if you go super wide with your grip on these, it's going to be more lat focused. It's going to bias your lats more, but that's not true at all. So we're going to go just outside of where that angle starts to come down on the bar, using the grips again, taking our grip strength out of the equation. We're going to pull until the bar reaches just below our chin. I like to kind of hold it right there for just a second before lowering the weight back down. Now, it's okay to use a little bit of momentum to get a good stretch here on your back, but too many times I see people in the gym just throwing weight around and really using their momentum to completely, complete the rep. You definitely don't want to do that. It's actually better to focus on slow and controlled movements. Okay, we're going to target our traps next with some shrugs. I like to do these at a shrug station. If you don't have access to this, you could use a hex bar. Hex bar is great because it allows you to have your arms straight out to your side at a 45-degree angle, and that angle is going to match up with the fibers in your traps. So whatever you're doing, whatever shrug movements you're doing, try to keep your arms out at that angle while you're shrugging. Again, that's going to line up with the fibers in your traps, and that's going to help you be more effective in targeting them. We're going to do an AMRAP for these 3 sets at as many reps as possible. Now, we can't forget to hit our lower back. So often people will really focus on hitting their abs 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a week, but they never hit their lower back. And that's where you start to get lower back pain, lower back issues, because you have a muscle imbalance. Your abs are now so much stronger than your lower back, so there's a constant sort of tension on your lower back. So if you have lower back pain and you never work out your lower back, you might want to think about adding this into your rotation. This is just a simple extension machine, back extension machine. Gonna go kind of heavy with these. I'm gonna do 3 sets at 8 to 10 reps here. And that's gonna complete the back workout. I'm going over to the stair stepper next. I'm going to hit 30 to 40 minutes on the stair stepper as I am in a cut right now, and we'll see you back at the house.
All right, well, I'd call that a successful back day. We're gonna eat our post-workout meal now, which consists of broccoli, chicken, and some potatoes. And I will get a shot of this. I'll throw the macros up on the screen so you can see that. And we'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.